Hi guys, I'm here with another layout and process video, and this one I titled Best Day Ever. And what I'm doing here is I'm showing you all the elements that I pulled out for this layout. Um, Most of these embellishments are from uh, Basic Gray. Let's see here. I did try and use something different this time. Or something new that I hadn't used before. And so I pulled out the gelato, and it's in the color tangerine. And I also pulled out a stencil, and that's the large 12 by 12 stencil by Heidi Swapp. So what I'm showing you here is I'm still showing you elements that I was going to try and use. I was thinking about using those wood veneers and kind of highlighting those transparency elements, but I didn't end up using them. So here I am working on the gelato on the paper, and what I didn't realize is that I um, that the gelato was going to rub off, so I needed to find a clear gel medium, and so I found one. I don't know if I can use gesso on it, or if I use the gesso on the paper first, if it will um, prevent the gelato from spreading. If any of you know or can tell me a little bit more about that, I would greatly appreciate any tips or help or any help, pretty much. So here I'm coloring in the gelato so that it doesn't look so sketchy. And I'm trying to fill out those rays with the color, excuse me. My son's doing some sort of a journaling prompt for the summer so he can keep up with his writing. And that's who was peeking in right on the bottom right hand corner. So after I used the water, I realized that the gelato was still rubbing off on my fingers, and so I tried to I cut some of the edges off so that I can put another paper behind it. This green wood paper, there's my son peeking in. Um, the green paper is actually from the Goodwood stack from DCVW. I used that, what paper is it? The Notes card, journaling card is, that one is from, let's see here, the Project Life card from the Honey edition. And then I had also pulled out that silly bingo card. That one I think is from Recollections. And here I'm trying to just layer some things on top. I used that light green paper with stars. That's also from Basic Gray. It's from the Shine On collection. I really love that paper. And I figured out that I had a lot of elements that were trying to compete with each other as they were. So I kind of struggled a bit trying to put the elements onto the page because that's the all the stuff that I pulled out. I wanted to use all of it. That was my main objective. Mm, excuse me, without realizing that I needed to kind of play around with it first and then what's the word? alter alter the elements. So I was trying to forcibly put this paper on there, and I knew that it wasn't going to work. I was thinking maybe I needed to anchor the picture, and I found that that wasn't going to work. And so I tried to put the journaling cards on there on a diagonal so that it would work, and I found that that wasn't working either. I did keep that Mountain Patrol paper, and those are journaling spots also from Basic Gray. Um, Trying to play around with the elements, and I thought I was going to keep it this way, but I didn't like that the star strip that was going across the 12 by 12 paper was detracting from the stencil I had just put down on that green paper. So here I am, putting elements down, thinking that this is how I'm going to do it, or how I want the elements on the page to look. Um, and so I play around with this quite a bit. And I realized right there that that star paper wasn't going to work. And I wanted to bring some attention over to him holding his little puppy because it was bring a stuffed animal to school day. And so he chose on taking his puppy instead of his favorite stuffed animal, which is a monkey. and I was really surprised by that. But he said that he wanted to give Puppy a chance or a turn or something of that nature. So this is where I realized that I need to just kind of stop and take everything out and continue, just focus on what I did want. And then I tried the outlining with this one, a la Mercy Tiara. And as you can see on the top left corner, I already cut down the journaling card that says best day ever into a flag, and I found that that element works a lot better with what I was trying to do. And I also cut out the other journaling card and just cut out the ampersand element that it had on there. So I'm just trying to figure out a place for it. I know that I wanted to have it on there. I know that I wanted a journaling card to journal, and I completely forgot about that as soon as I started working on the pieces of ephemera and on the transparencies and trying to figure out a place for all those. Once I found out that I wanted all the elements traced, I went back and I traced all the other pieces of paper that were surrounding the picture. And here I'm adding another arrow. It's a chipboard arrow from Basic Gray as well. And there I found a spot for the ampersand, and this is a piece of canvas sticker. And I just found that since there was a bear cut out, the bear was glued onto the picture. So I just had to find, I wanted to find like other bear elements. And so this Basic Gray, there's like three collections or four maybe. One is the Shine On, one is the Hey You, one is the Hey Boy, and there's a capture collection too that I'm using. So all of these bear elements that I found, I thought were really, I just kind of made like a visual triangle with the three bears. There's one by the green journaling card in a diamond shaped form. There's one on the journaling card, and then there's that blue canvas one down at the bottom. So that made a visual triangle, and also it kind of played in with the theme of that bear cutout that's right behind my son's picture. I used a clear overlay on top of his picture, and I stapled it with Tim Holtz mini stapler. And here I'm writing you and Puppy in my handwriting, but I didn't like it, and so later on I go and use up some tiny word stickers from, I believe they're from My Mind's Eye. Actually, I can tell you right now where they're from. Yep, they're from My Mind's Eye, and the flare that's right next to that arrow that says you and Puppy is it says together. And since I had used one flare, I wanted to challenge myself to use two others so I can, use up some of my stash. And I only ended up using the one. But one is better than none. And so this is all just old stash that I have that I want to start using up. I try and work in this that little squirt element piece, but I ended up not putting it on there because it was competing too much, I think, with the circles that I already had in place. There's one on the overlay, there's a number 2 on the right hand side above the bingo card, and it has a number 2 because it's him and his puppy, and then the together flare. So it's just getting to be too much. Here I realized that I wanted to put a piece of scrap paper so that it'd help the words stand out more. I wanted to put that piece of canvas sticker on there that's striped, but it didn't end up, it was muddling the words on the overlay too much, and it says memories are for sharing. So I went ahead and took out the staples and I put that piece of paper on there, and it made it a lot clearer. What I think I should have done is I should have put some lines to highlight the clear overlay. And here I do my journaling, which I end up making a pocket for on the back of the layout, and then that way I could stick it on the top right. And it's sitting behind the green flag on the top right hand corner. And it says, bring a stuffed animal to school day. You were so excited to take Puppy to school as you don't often take toys to school. I thought you were going to take Monkey, but insisted that it be Puppy's turn. And on the back of that I wrote, P.S. You told me that you had a picnic outside and had teddygrams, and you got to wear your bear hat that Miss Burnside made for your class. So that's what I wrote for the journaling. And you'll see later that I have it hanging right above the check it out. I'm sorry, right above the Best Day Ever journaling card, and it's being held on by a piece like you see there. It says check it out on the transparency. And that's pretty much it. I'm pointing out all the things that I had used, and I was doing it in real time and explaining it to you, but my sons decided to have a fit like right in the middle of me doing the explanation, and so I'm doing the voiceover now. So here I'm just showing you the elements that I didn't end up using on the layout and also what I did use. And that's pretty much it. Here are some still photos of the layout. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up if you'd like. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon with another layout. Bye.